Hey everybody, welcome in to Barry and Mark's Happy Hour Recap. I'm Mark.
And I'm Barry from edwardscom.net.
And we're coming at you from one of our old haunts, for sure, the Cedar Lee Pub and Grill.
Hey, this is where it all started, our very first video blog we did here. Our intro is from imagery here. And how about that background? You recognize that?
You recognize that background?
That's behind our logo.
Great food, tremendous neighborhood atmosphere. It's the Cedar Lee Pub and Grill. Find them on Facebook, Cedar Lee Pub and Grill. Well, we've talked about content marketing in the past, actually on a few episodes, but this past week here in Cleveland, kind of talking timely here, but whenever you watch this, Content Marketing World 2014 happened here in Cleveland, Ohio, put on by the Content Marketing Institute. Joe Polizzi and his wonderful group of folks over there did a fantastic job, first class, primo operation all the way. Kevin Spacey did the keynote address on Wednesday last week, and it was just a fantastic time. I wish I could have cloned myself to be at all the breakout sessions.
You had the honor of moderating an all-day session.
I did. Wednesday, we moderated the intensives track. We had three great speakers. Ardith Albee, she's from Palm Springs, California. Matthew Sweezy from Atlanta, from Salesforce.com. And Andy Crestadina out of Chicago and Orbit Media. And Andy, we're going to talk about Andy's little session here in just a little bit. But really, Andy did a great job on search engine optimization and Google Analytics. He lives this stuff. And he made it so presentable. If you ever can look him up on YouTube, Andy Crestadina, he has tons of videos out there, and he's certainly so helpful with search engine optimization and Google Analytics.
Hey, it's not easy making Google Analytics so presentable.
Right, that's for sure.
It gets more and more complicated every month. But it's something near and dear to my heart as a web developer. It gives you feedback on every aspect of your website, more so than most people even know. Of course you know how many people are hitting on your site as a result, but now you know even things such as their demographics, their interests, their age groups.
The pages they came from.
The pages they came from, right. And of course the entire lineage of the pages that they went through. Not to mention conversion rate. So it's very, very important.
Yep. And if you're new to Google Analytics, it's great to learn. It's actually a little fun to learn if you can, if you kind of sit down for a little while, especially if you're a business owner, even if you have somebody doing this for you, to learn the basics isn't a bad thing. Absolutely. So I'm going to talk quickly a little bit about local search and why it's important to be on page one, not only for desktop, but also for the mobile side. And there's kind of a difference between the two.
There is.
Learning the basics of optimizing your chances to be found on local search are huge. And we have 5 quick tips, courtesy of the folks from Moz.com, who actually were sponsors of Content Marketing World 2014. And let's get to them.
Yeah, number one, let's make this kind of short and sweet, but use long tail keywords. We've talked about that a little bit before. Long tail keywords are a little bit more descriptive. If you're making basketballs, don't just put basketball as your keyword or vinyl basketball, but maybe there's something particularly unique about it. You want to add that. Additionally, what I want to say to that is those long tail keywords you want to put in your title tags.
Yeah.
Most important, your title tags. That is the name of your page. Secondarily, your H1 tags, your H2 tags. There's a little bit of code terms, but those are headings, subheadings, and you also have to have that reflected in your body copy so that Google can verify the relevance of all this copy.
And the worst title page name would be title. And there are people that do that. There are people that do that. I've actually looked at people's pages, and the title is title. So absolutely, very important.
Yes.
Number 2, your best content should be featured on your homepage as a link, and maybe within that small description, a link to that content, and the keyword phrase of the product or service should also be included in the content of the link. So in other words, if you're linking to Barry's Fishing Lures page, within that link on your main page, you at least want to put Barry's Fishing Lures.htm or whatever it is.
Don't say link here.
Right.
Put the keywords there.
Absolutely. Yep,
right.
For sure.
So following up with that is your nav bar.
Number 3.
Navigation bar right at the top, number 3, and the nav menu. It has to be very well ordered and organized. And I'm going to go as far as to tell you that I also think that you should follow this basic structure, about us page, the contact us page, products and or services page. From there, whatever else you want, fine. But if you have those as a part of your basic structure, Google knows how to structure this in the search engine results and will give that as a nice breakdown in the search engine results rather than just a quick little link and a little explanation.
Absolutely. All right. Number 4, important pages and content should be linked to other pages, but also from older content. So here's an example. Let's say we'll give it in terms of a blog page. Let's say you wrote a blog, 20 months ago on using Barry's fishing lures in Lake Erie, and then let's just say 20 months later you write another one about, we've got a new breed of fish in Lake Erie, and using Barry's fishing lures for that new breed, it would be the title of your.
You want them to link.
Absolutely. So what you want to do on that older page when you originally wrote about that, you want to actually stick a link to the newer content that you wrote. A lot of people don't do that. You're kind of giving search life to those older pages when you do that.
The reason for that is because the robots, or spiders as they're called, that search and index pages from the search engines, not just Google, but they crawl through the links. That's how they get around. That's what the web is about. So you do want all that stuff interlinked. That's very important.
So number 5.
If you have multiple business locations, create a separate page for each location. I would hope that this would be common sense, but we know that it's not. We see this every day.
All the time.
And I'm going to go further with that and say, not just a separate page for each location. Make sure that you, as a standard, have the address, the phone number, and hours of operation broken out on each page.
On each page.
Yes. So again, it's easily recognized by Google. This is a standard that they do recognize, and it will show up again mobile. It will show up very quick and easy, and even then you'll get your directions setting where people can click on that and pull up your address, and it'll take you right to Google Maps. Incredibly important.
Yep. All right, so that's the 5. So next week, though, we're going to talk a little basics about Google Analytics, best practice and so forth, and setting up your account and setting up some goals for your site as well. And once again, thanks to Heather and the folks here.
Yeah, the folks here at the pub, Cedar Lee Pub and Grill, fantastic for having us out here. And we'll catch you next week from another location.
Until next week.
Thank you.
Have a good week.